All right, so it's 12 o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to be answering your questions that you submitted about meal prepping. My name is Megan Wallenhorst. I am one of the interns here at GatorCare, and I'm also a second year in my Master of Public Health program here at UF. So for this presentation, we will be discussing meal prep basics, the healthy meal formula, your questions answered, and some recipes. And then hopefully at the end, if we have time, we can have a quick Q&A session. So before I get into your questions, I just wanted to briefly discuss meal prepping basics. So it's essential to visualize your meal schedule for the week, think of ideas, create a plan, and then divide, cook, and conquer. So for instance, using a grocery list like the one I have on the slide, it can help plan which ingredients you will need for the recipes. In addition, it can be beneficial and time effective to find recipes that use the same ingredients, but in different ways. And then also, everyone is different, and there's various meal prep strategies for all. So for instance, you can start small and only prep the fruits and vegetables for the recipe, or you could just do the sauces and the marinades. That's totally acceptable. And then finally, to make the experience of meal prepping more enjoyable and feel less like a chore, it's really great to listen to music, listen to the TV, and even podcast while you prep and cook. And so I just wanted to first ask everyone in the audience what they think makes up a healthy meal. If you're uncomfortable, I invite you to share your thoughts in the chat. This is a very interactive presentation, so please feel free to share ideas and advice and discuss in the chat throughout the presentation. Yeah, 2 to 3 different colors of fruits and vegetables. That's great. Yes, lots of healthy fats and protein. Yeah, that's really great. Yeah, so this is the healthy meal formula. It's composed of 4 components. So we have a protein, a carbohydrate, a non-starchy vegetable, and a healthy fat. Those all come together to make a quick and healthy meals. So for protein, you could have 1 to 2 servings of chicken or fish or even tofu. For the carbohydrate, you can have half a cup of brown rice, quinoa, whole wheat pasta. For the vegetable, you can have raw or cooked vegetables such as asparagus, cauliflower, and then for the healthy fat, you can have avocados, olive oil, and even mixed nuts. And as I stated before, these 4 components come together to make a healthy meal. And to start out with the questions, I am going to launch a poll that asks, how long does food last in the refrigerator after being prepared and cooked? So I'll just give you a couple seconds to think about your answer. Yes, that's correct. Most of you got it right. Food does only last in the refrigerator 3 to 4 days after being prepared and cooked. For instance, cooked meat and vegetables, they only last 3 to 4 days. And then fresh salads, they only last actually 1 to 2 days. For food that has been prepared and you can put in the freezer for several months, depending on the item. So for instance, cooked salmon can last 2 to 3 months in the freezer. And you can also use the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food Keeper app / website to learn how long different foods and beverage items last in the fridge and the freezer. So I'm just going to quickly show you what that website looks like. So this is the Food Keeper app website. You can download the app on your phone, but there's also this website version. So for instance, say that I have some chicken and I've already cooked it. And I specifically made fried chicken. So on here, you can see that from the date of purchase, it lasts 3 to 4 days in the refrigerator, and then up to 4 months if frozen from the date of purchase. So this is like a really great tool for you to use. And so it's also helpful to label and date your food so you know when it's prepared. And a general rule of thumb to follow is when in doubt, throw it out, especially if there's a change in smell and appearance. You don't really want to risk getting sick from bacteria that can grow on old food. And the next question I received is it better to prep for the entire work week or 1 to 2 days at a time? So please feel free to share your answer in the chat. Yeah, I see a week. Yep, depends on your schedule. 1 to 2 days, depends on your time. Yeah, so it is really up to you. However, based on the previous question and food safety recommendations, it's best to prep at least 2 times a week. The process for meal prepping will be less overwhelming, food quality and freshness will be maintained, and then you'll also have the ability to make a variety of meals throughout the week and not get bored. You can break it up into smaller tasks over 2 days. So for instance, say on Sunday, you select your meals, you go grocery shopping, and then you prep all the ingredients, you chop your fruits, vegetables, make your sauces and marinades, and then you cook and prep your meals for the first half of the week. And then when Wednesday rolls around, all you have to do is just prepare and cook your meals for the second half of the week, since you already have all your ingredients and you know exactly what meals you're making. You can even extend it even further to more days. So on Saturday, you could go grocery shopping and select your meals. On Sunday, you could prep and cook for the first half of the week. And then on Wednesday, again, you can prep and cook for the second half of the week. In addition, typically fruits and vegetables should only be prepped a few days in advance to preserve their freshness. And in some instances, like avocados and apples, you have to prep them hours in advance. But you can use frozen fruits and vegetables to help you save time with prepping. You don't need to go grocery shopping again. You can use the fresh fruits and vegetables that you have in the first half of the week, and then for the second half of the week, then you can use the frozen versions. And these are just some general food safety guidelines to keep in mind. To learn more, please head to our nutrition section of our website and watch our food safety FAQ presentation. Okay, the third question I received is, how can I mix it up during the week to prevent boredom? So again, I invite you to share what your response would be in the chat. And yes, thank you, Mallory. That's a really great point, is to only meal prep some of your meals and whatever works best for your lifestyle. Don't feel like you have to prep for every single meal to eat healthy. So with the Healthy Meal Plan website, this is a really great way to mix it up. You can choose from a recipe collection, you can establish a meal plan and build a grocery list. So I'm going to quickly walk you through how the website works. Okay, so this is the Healthy Meal Plans website. So you do have to make an account so you can save your menus and also your grocery list that you build. So I'm going to start meal prepping. You can select based on meal type. So first we can do breakfast. And it's really nice they have Sunday through Saturday listed out and for the different meal times, including snacks. So for instance, say on Sunday, I want a green smoothie. Monday, I want granola. And then Tuesday, I want carrot cake scones. And then I can switch it to lunch. Sunday, I want a salad. Monday, I want a potato and leek soup. And then on Tuesday, I want an easy chicken Caesar pasta salad. And then you continue on with snacks and dinner. You can even add your own recipe here at the bottom. If you click on it, you can name your recipe and then you can add it. And then once you built your meal, you click on create grocery list. And then you can determine the number of servings you want for each of those dishes. And then you click next. And then you have this really awesome comprehensive grocery list that is divided into the different categories. So it really makes it easy to find which ingredients are you're purchasing. And again, you can also add your own custom items in as well if you feel that you want to add extra ingredients. And then you can email or print out your grocery list. So yeah, that is the Healthy Meals Plan website. And then also Tasty and Eating Well are two great websites that show you a variety of different recipes to choose from. And then they have a video that you can follow along with as you cook. So it's really great to have that observational aspect to it. And then finally, if you follow the basic meal formula, you can make meals with overlapping ingredients and you can easily swap out the proteins and the vegetables. So for instance, like in the picture that I have on the slide, they both are salmon dishes and they both have rice, but they have different vegetables. So you definitely could keep the rice and the protein the same, but you could switch out the vegetables. You could even switch out the protein and keep the vegetables and the carbohydrate the same. And the same goes for the healthy fats as well. And so the next question I received is, how do I portion control while meal prepping? Again, please feel free to share your response in the chat. And yes, for the websites that I just mentioned, I'm going to be creating a handout. I'll be sending it out later this week, and it'll definitely have all those links that I just discussed. Yeah, those are great. Using a food scale for leftovers, putting in a separate portion containers. Yeah, those are definitely great for lunch. So yeah, as I just said, you do have the option to purchase containers that have the built-in sections as shown on the picture, on the slide. You can also be sure to have plenty of snacks on hand, such as mixed nuts, fruit, hard-boiled eggs, apple with peanut butter, and then also you can stay hydrated throughout the day and before you eat. And you can also use the Healthy Meal Plan website that I showed a couple minutes ago to make the right amount of servings that you want. The next question I received is how to say no when others in my office are ordering delivery for lunch. Please feel free to share your answer in the chat. Yeah, bring your favorite healthy snack. That's great. Bring your own lunch. Yeah, always offer to eat with them. Yeah, that's really great. Bringing your own lunch, but then of course, thanking them for thinking of you. I think those are all really great responses. So yeah, I think one suggestion would be, you can learn how to make your own favorite takeout items. You can try new recipes and bring them to share with the office. We also have this really great mindfulness eating presentation that can be found on our website. And in this presentation, you'll learn how to eat in response to what your body's telling you, and then you'll also be able to create a healthier relationship with food. The next question I received is, how can I incorporate more green vegetables into my meals? Yes, you can hide your green vegetables. That's great. Yeah, you can figure out what you like to cook with them. You can put spinach in sandwiches and smoothies. Yeah, those are all really great. So yeah, for smoothies, as I just said, you can incorporate kale or spinach. You don't really taste it, but you still get those great nutrients from those vegetables. You can put avocado on toast with just like a dash of salt and pepper and lemon juice. And for that, I also like to have it scrambled eggs on the side. I think that's really great. And then for pizza, you can always top it with spinach or arugula. You can have roasted broccoli. You can mix it in with scrambled eggs or in an omelet. However, if you don't really like green vegetables, there are other ways you can get the same vitamins and minerals. So for instance, you can eat dark yellow and orange vegetables such as carrots, squash, and sweet potatoes for vitamin A and folic acid, and then fruits for vitamin C. And so for the next two questions, I invite you to share some of your own quick and healthy meal ideas in the chat. So this first question is in regards to good meals to make ahead and freeze to use for work lunches. Yep, soups or chilies, that's really great. Yeah, the pre-made egg bites are really great to make and then to freeze. Yes, crock pot meals, those are really great. And even, yes, some pasta dishes as well. Yeah, those are all really great. Lentils and rice, yeah, that's a really great option as well. Yeah, so you can also make vegetarian lasagna. There's vegetarian chili, and there's different soups and casseroles. I will include in the handout the links to the two resources above. Love and Lemons is a really great blog, and they have a whole list of recipe ideas that you can make and then freeze and eat later on, and then same with cooking light. But yeah, overall, I just encourage you to be creative and be open to what a lunch can be. And then the next recipe related question that I received is, what are good family/kid friendly dinner meals to prep for quick but healthy work week dinners? Yeah, breakfast for dinner, that's great. Rice bowls are really good, tacos as well. Very quick and easy, and you could definitely customize what proteins and vegetables you put in it. Chicken bites in the air fryer. Yeah, that's a really great point, Sarah. You can make the pizza toppings in advance and then just put it on the pizza dough and then bake it. And then yeah, chili or soup. Those are also some really great family kid-friendly dinner meals that are quick and easy to make. Yeah, so the three main like recipe types that I'm going to talk about on this for this question are the one pan slash, or also known as sheet meal. So like one pan meals or the one sheet meals. Those are really great to save time with. You can prepare the vegetables, the marinades and the sauces ahead of time. And then when the time comes to make it, all you have to do is just preheat the oven, put all the ingredients on one pan as shown in the picture on the left. You can line it with either parchment paper or aluminum foil. That really helps with cleanup. All you have to do is just throw it away when you're done. Then you put the pan or the sheet in the oven and then it just cooks for a little bit of time. And like while it's cooking in the oven, you can do other indoor chores and activities. So it's a really great way to multitask. And then at the end, you have a really quick, simple, and delicious meal. The other type of meal or type of recipe I'm going to be talking about is the Instant Pot. It's really great, again, to make meals quickly and it's easy to clean afterwards. You don't have to defrost your meat beforehand, unlike with the slow cooker, but your cooking time may be slightly longer. And just some safety tips to keep in mind is avoid filling the pressure cooker to the max line. There's certain expandable ingredients such as rice. They may actually explode when you try to open the Instant Pot. Also, it's important to stay away from the steam that emits from the Instant Pot. It can be really hot and can burn you. And then finally, it's just important to never leave the Instant Pot unattended if you're using the high pressure function. And then the final recipe type is the slow cooker. You can prep the night before or even the morning of, and then you can cook the food while you're away at work. But you have to defrost your meat before you put it on, you make it. And also, if you do plan to use the crock pot or the slow cooker while you're not at home, just be sure that it's on a flat, heat-proof surface. It's a few inches from the wall. It's set to the low function and make sure the lid's on properly and that there's just the right amount of liquid, because if there's too much liquid, then it could overflow. And then if there's too little liquid, then it could burn. Yeah, that's great. So Andy stated that he used dried beans in the Instant Pot and they cook in about an hour instead of having to soak them in water overnight. So yeah, that's really great. Yeah, that's good too. Angela mentioned that she makes a huge pack of chicken breast at the beginning of the week, and then her family just incorporates it into a variety of other meals, including wraps. Yeah, that's really great in a slow cooker. Yeah. Those are all really great. So for my final slide, I just wanted to share a couple of my favorite recipes that are easy and quick to prepare ahead of time. So the first recipe on the top left is a one-pan meal. It does call for the recipe, it's from Tasty. It does call for sweet potatoes and carrots in the recipe, but of course you can definitely mix it up and use like Brussels sprouts, carrots, and asparagus instead. It creates it's very simple, it's very quick, and it's delicious. The second recipe is the vegetable fried rice in the top right-hand corner. It's from a website called Simply Recipes. It calls for more than 4 cups of chopped vegetables, including carrots, bell peppers, broccoli, and zucchini. It also calls for protein in the form of scrambled eggs, but you can definitely add more protein by including chicken or tofu. And then also you can use brown rice instead of white rice. So there's a lot of different ways that you can customize it and change up the vegetables in that recipe. And then the final recipe is the classic tuna salad. It's also from Simply Recipes. You can put it in a wrap or sandwich, have it with crackers or even on its own. Along with celery and onions, you can also add in radishes, carrots, and even fruit. I tend to put in chopped apples, and sometimes I put in grapes instead of apples. So yeah. And so these are my references that I use. Please feel free. I will try and include as many of these as I can in the handout, but they are here if you would like to learn more. Yeah, so taste of home, tasty, eating well, cooking light, and Love and Lemons. They have a really great variety of recipes to choose from, including the Healthy Meal Plans website that I showed earlier. And then the USDA and the Food and Drug Administration, they have really great safety tips with food. Well, thank you. I really appreciate you guys joining me today and submitting your questions. I hope this was very helpful for you. And like I said earlier, I made a handout that has all of the websites and references that I mentioned before. So I will be sure to email everyone the recording and also that handout as well by the end of the week. So thank you. And now I will take some questions if you have. If you don't have any questions, please feel free to email us at gatorcare@shands@ufl.edu. We also have this really great form online that you can fill out. I will show you we have 2 registered dietitians on our team, and you can fill out this this form. And you can ask them any questions that you have about food. So yeah, you just put down your name, your email, how you're affiliated with GatorCare, your message, and then you just submit it. And then we also have our frequently asked nutrition questions and answers on our website. And these are just some of the sample questions that have been asked previously, and then our responses are below. Oh, for the handout, I will be sending it by the end of the week, so probably Friday afternoon, along with the recording. I just have a couple more finishing touches I want to put on the handout, and it'll be ready to go for you guys to use. So I see one question on here that is asking, what are healthier tuna brand options instead of using the can option? I would definitely say the fresh, or Publix actually has, I believe at Publix they have in the frozen section near the, in the seafood section, they have tuna that's like frozen, and then you can easily thaw it. Yeah, this is a really great resource that Rachel just shared. It has like different ways you can make chicken marinade recipes, easy overnight oats, and then you can easily, if you put them in those nice portable containers, you can easily bring them to work and have them. There's also bento box lunch ideas. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing this. All right, I'll be sure to send the presentation and the handout this Friday. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. And thank you so much for joining me. Bye.